Right then. Well. I'm going to get fast fetch installed, so I'm going to get rid of neo fetch. So let's just do that here in Linux Mint. Now, I'm on Linux Mint. Thought you went over to Cachy OS. Well, yeah, I did. I went on over to Cachy OS, and I have. It's on my other drive. This is my second M.2 with Linux. No, this is my first M.2 with Linux Mint on. My secondary one has got Cachy OS on. It was how Cachy OS had installed this. I don't know why. It just did. So I'm going to get rid of NeoFetch. And we'll just come off of there for the mo. And what I got here, I downloaded it off of GitHub. And it's the latest, which was updated 2 weeks ago. This is fast fetch. So I'll prefer that rather than NeoFetch, because NeoFetch is no longer being supported, unless the Linux Mint team have. Of course, I have no idea. I don't think they have. So we'll just install that. That was fine. That's in. Now what I got here, I got a JSON file which I made up ages and ages ago, and I also wrapped it on up. But first, what I've got to do, I've got to do a gen config, fast fetch gen config inside the old terminal here. And we'll just do that now. And there we go. It's been done. Fantastic. So all we got to do now is we got to put this inside of my bash file. But first, I've got to bring this on over. So I'm going to copy, go on into files system. I believe it's this one and this one. And we should have fast fetch down the bottom here, somewhere underneath the letter F. It should be near the beginning. There we are, fast fetch. And we go presets. We'll open up as root, because I don't need all that other stuff like GTK theme and all that malarkey on it. I don't like it, so I'll always get rid of this. So I made up my own. So get rid of this one, the NeoFetch one, and we'll just pop that one in there. Extract it. It's fine. It's already been rooted. Or at least I hope it has. Let's make sure that I did do that. I did do that in pass marquee. Well done. Right. And then we got that. We then take that off and then go into my... Oh, no, I need that. Just need that command. So I just need this command here, like so. And we can put that into our bash rc file. Open with that. I had to change these around from Nala back round to apt again, because Nala was playing up on here. It didn't like it. Didn't like it whatsoever. We'll paste that in there. Fantastic. Save that away. Now when I open up my terminal, there it is, straight there. Look, fantastic. And all this has been updated. That looks rather good, doesn't it? Brilliant. And that's all basically you need inside of that. Brilliant. Excellent. Looks exactly the same as NeoFetch, apart from its fast fetch. And these have now the actual design, the ASCII design. I call them ASCII, even though it's ASCII or something in it, has now been updated as well. Brilliant. Just works straight on out the bag. I will go into colours and get rid of that other green, because I don't really want that. Let's go to preferences, get rid of green. I hate the colour green. We'll give it a grey. There we go. So there'll be none of that on there whatsoever. Everything's tickety-boo now. Ubuntu are on their way of fixing all of their sites like Launchpad and what have you, but it's still as slow as anything on here. Yeah, I was like, I got fed up because I just could not install a PPA. Although just now, earlier on, I managed to install the OBS PPA. And so I uninstalled the original OBS that comes with Linux Mint, the 30, I think, version of it. I think we're on 32 now. I think. What version's this? Yeah, 32.1.2. This 0.12. This one is 32.12 version. Yeah, everything just working now. Now I do use, of course, Davinci Resolve here in Linux Mint. A lot of people poo-poo it. Oh, it's not as good as if you got it in Arch and all this. And what are you on about? Watch this, okay? I've got vids open there. I've got more storage, so that's fine. I'm going to open up Davinci, and we're actually, whilst I'm recording a video, we're going to use MVenc in here to do a video that's been a long time overdue now. So we go on into project 1, which is that, and open up that. That was originally the other M.2 drive, which was called loads of stuff, but they got overwritten with Cachy OS, but that doesn't matter. What I can do here is browse on there, and we'll go into that. This is what I want it to go on into. I have it set up to faster. I have this set up to ultra high quality. I have this set up to 60,000 kilobytes a second. That's a bit like your byte rate, if you like. Okay, we'll go into edit, and we'll bring on in a video. All right, we'll bring Jak and Daxter in that I played here. This is part 1 of Jak and Daxter that I played here in Linux Mint last week. All right, so we just bring that on in and come off of there now. Yep, sound is there. I know it is. So we just bring this down to video 1 like so. I'll just cut this beginning bit, push start, la 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 la. It can go along to around where it's blank as well. I want it. It should be blank any second. Should be blank about there. That'll do us. Lovely. And we'll just cut that off. We'll ripple delete it so it goes back to the beginning. All right. We'll then go all the way along with this. I've got 2 audio files there simply because if I'm recording and there's other sound coming on through at the same time, I wanted the sound separate. And the great thing about PCM is that you can separate the sound on there, or you can in this new OBS, which is what I'm using now. So I'm just going to come along here. This is rather big. Let's bring this down a bit, and then it'll be a little bit quicker at putting it together. So let's just bring that down a bit, and it'll be a bit quicker in writing it all out. There we go. That's so much better. And now we've got sound that's there. It's loud enough, more than loud enough. So what I do here, I just click, hold on that, right click, unlink them. Right, click into nothing so it unpicks it all out, and then I'm going to click the bottom one and just delete that, because all you need is one. So I'm just going to delete that like so, and then push this top one and control and get the other one, right click, link them together. Right, so now I'm ready to deliver this. Okay, so we shall go over to the delivery department. I've got it as an MP4. It was originally recorded in AV1, but it's going out as an MP4 H.265, and I've got it on auto, which is my NVIDIA card. What I want to do first is come into NVIDIA settings, and I just want to come down to thermal here, because this is going to get rather hot. I'm going to go up to 45 like I usually do when I'm playing games and when I'm rendering my videos. You won't hear it. It's nice and quiet inside my case. You won't hear any weird fans going off or anything like that. So don't worry about that. And we can quit that away. Oh, have I got that on, have I? Show really quick. I don't want that. Thank you very much. There. Let's just quit that out of there. Right, we're on the delivery page. We're going to call this Jak and Daxter Part 1. All right, Jak space. I'm going to use Whirly Boo, that one, and Daxter Part 1. So I'm just going to call it that with a 1 on the end, like that. That's how I'm going to do it. We've got ultra high quality, got it faster. Yeah, we got all that there. We've got it restrict to 60,000 kilobytes. Automatic keyframes, it'll be fine. I record at 80,000, so it's really good quality, and this will come out even bigger file, but I've got, of course, Handbrake. It's not the latest Handbrake, unfortunately. I mean, it'll probably update in time, but it should still do the trick for me, because you can use MVenc inside there as well. So we're going to add to render queue, and then we're just going to say render all. Boink, like so. And it's going to take 15 minutes. That's all. This is on that faster, and it's pretty nippy, pretty nips along. And this is going through my graphic card whilst I'm recording at the same time. Bloody amazing. Bloody amazing program. If only if Kden Live could come up to the standard of this. But what you've got to remember is that, yes, they have donations for development in Kden Live, but it's not there yet, unfortunately. Now, I was tinkering around with this last week and trying to put subtitles on this, but it was a long and laborious job. Because I think there's only one version that's got subtitles on this, and not all of them are correct either. That's up on YouTube. So I was going to go for, but it was a long, laborious job, and trying to get the timing right as well, and sorting it all out for it to go. It was a pain in the arse. So yeah, I'm not going to be on here for 15 odd minutes. I'll be back once this has rendered. Alright, see you in a bit. And there we go. It is now done, and 12 minutes 36 seconds. There we are. Right then. Now that that's done, I can come on into edit. Control A. Ripple delete that. Boink. It's off of the timeline. Delete this now. Get rid of this. Remove it from there. And then I can just come off of there, and it will remember the settings that I've just closed it down with. Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely nothing wrong with Davinci Resolve inside of Linux Mint. Everything just works. Even the little bit of AI works for subtitles as well. But it was long and when I said it was long and laborious adding subtitles, it's the fact you've got to go back on in and actually correct them and get the right spacing and all of that. And it's a long and laborious thing to do, and it just takes too much time, so I didn't bother on that one. Let's have a look at the size of it anyway, now that it's been rendered. If we go into more storage, we go into Davinci, let's have a look at the size. It's 32.6. What was the original? That was at 30 something or other. That was 39.8. The original was, but that was because it had that bit of on the beginning of it that I took off. So I've only taken off a few gig off of it, 2 gig, 3 gig off of it, just under 3 gig, 2.5 gig, whatever. But the great thing now is that, of course, I've got Handbrake, and I haven't added Handbrake to this as of yet. So we'll just pin that to there now, and we can then go back on in to here, go to Davinci. This is how I do all my videos. Open with Handbrake. We'll come on into here. We'll go to web, because that's where I'm going to be, and we'll have it at 60 at 1440p. Go to video to make sure, dimensions rather, to make sure that it is at 2560 by 1440, which it is at 16 by 9. So it's full screen. None of this letterbox crap that you get in some videos or in films or whatever. I'd rather have it the whole screen. What's the point in having a 32-inch screen if it isn't going to fill up the whole of the screen? Never understood that. Why do you want a skinny looking monitor or TV and it not taking up the whole of the screen when you're watching films or whatever? I don't understand it. Anyway, so yeah, that's all right. So we'll go to video, and now I'm going to do H.265 again, NVENC, and I'll dial this down to 5. Keep it on constant quality. It's at 60. Usually I have this one, actually 10-bit one, H.265 10-bit NVENC. It's got it at 7. Yeah, that might be all right. And we'll go to more storage again, and it can go on over to that. That one, and all I do is push start, and away it'll go. And I'll bring this down to the slowest. So that's the preset. That'll be the speed that it'll be doing it at. I don't bother with bitrate or bitrate on this. So yeah, there you go. That's how I do it. Anyway, I'm not going to do that now. What we're going to do is go on into Cachy OS. So I shall see you in a little while. Right then, here we are. We're in Cachy OS. Here we are. I'll just show you around. It's now my gaming go-to now. I've come back to Cachy OS because Linux Mint is having problems at the moment. So I can always flip and flop myself around different environments. Xfce, of course, the same as me Linux Mint. You won't see me on anything else. I'm not going to KDE or GNOME or Cinnamon even. I don't know. I love me Xfce. What can I say? Yes, it's X11 still for the moment, but sometime this year we should hear about Xfce and their XW4LM, which is Wayland, a new Wayland manager. I think it's something like that anyway, it's called, and we should hear something about that sometime this year. They won't be going completely away from X11, of course, but they'll have an implementation for the Wayland side. So that'd be good. Maybe I'm button up exactly the same as the video I'd done ages ago when I introduced this. But yeah, keeping hold of this now for me gaming for the time being. I might even chop and change and go back to Linux Mint. Have 2 lots of Linux Mint on here throughout the computer. Don't know yet. But yeah, here we are. It's on the same machine. This is on my secondary M.2. So if we come into here, you'll see that this is actually Linux Mint in here. You will see this is Linux Mint. What have I got in downloads? There we go. That's it's a deb file. So yeah, that's me Linux Mint there, and it's a 2 terabyte drive, which I'm using to do my video rendering on. And I'm using Cachy OS for gaming on and recording me games and what have you. Got everything on here. I've got, if we go on into the home folder here, I've got my app images of DuckStation PCSX2 and Proton up. Everything just working. All I had to do was just install Fuse 2 because I don't use Cachy OS with their settings on in. So I had to just install a few more sort of stuff in order to get these going. And I haven't tried PCSX2 or DuckStation out yet. I haven't got around to actually playing on them, but I have got my Steam. And Steam, well, just works straight on out of the bag. Everything's working. All my games are working fine. Of course, for the new Resident Evils, or new to PC for this year anyway, that came to Steam from the GOG family, and then I don't know why, but Steam had put a load of DRAM on it or something. It just works full screen on each of them. I bought all 3 of them. And they just work on out the bag, no worries whatsoever. So I'm having the time of my life here. I've got Proton up in for Proton GE stuff, which is just further ahead than your normal Proton or your Proton Experimental. But yeah, everything's fine. Everything's tickety-boo. It's just working. Now, what was I doing earlier? I can't remember. Oh yeah, we'll have a look inside here. Of course, I've got fast fetch installed. This was already installed anyway, and I just turned the back to bash again from fish. Can't put up with that fish. It was just all multicoloured and goodness knows what else. I'm a black and white guy. I like things black and white. I don't need all this multicoloured crap anymore. I don't like coloured icons. I don't like any of that at all whatsoever. So I'd rather just be having it as plain as that. There you go. Just works straight on out of the bag. No messing whatsoever. Everything's working. Everything's lovely here in Cachy OS. Got OBS Studio on in the latest version. Now that's what I was doing. I know what it was now. I was going to get rid of that microphone. I hate it. Why the bloody hell you can't tell if your microphone's on or not? I will never ever know. I'll never know. Never ever. Never ever will I know. It's supposed to be on that one. That's what it's supposed to be on. With that full thingy at the moment, I just put a bit of gain on the old voice, and everything seems to be tickety-boo now. Oh yes, indeed. Right. What was I doing? Yes. We're going to Linux notes. I've got loads of notes here. I have got one set up already for it. So all I've got to do is just go on into GTK3. So it saves me having to muck around. There we are, it is here. And if we open it up with text editor, I'm going to have to come to open with other application. We're going to have this set as default. There we go. That'll be so much better. And we got that yet. That can then be copied and gone on over to home folder, go on to .config, go into GTK3 and just paste that in there like so. What it's got written down is what it's going to do, the pulse audio button, recording in indicator, the GTK icon transform, scale, blah, 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 blah. It gets rid of it. Basically, it puts a gap in there, just gets rid of it. Yeah, but you'll have to reboot. No, I won't, because I put in pkill. I had to install it, but there we go. Control Alt and Escape. Come down to your panel. Just click that there, and there we go. Refreshes them and says, "Oh, it's got that in there. I better activate that," and it does. It activates it straight away. No messing whatsoever. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, really, really good. There might be some updates for this. I've had a couple of updates today to this, but I'm not too bothered. I'll let them group up a little while. I might even leave it 2-3 months. Don't care about updates. When something's stable for you, I know that usually after an update, things can go bad here in Arch, but hey ho. Just wait around. You don't have to update every day. You really don't, unless it's a really bad, unless it's a really important security update, which shouldn't be. I hope to God it ain't. I've got Yay installed on here. That Paru got on my tits. Basically, it just every time I tried to skip it, actually having a look at the bloody file, it wouldn't, and it was, for God's sake, will you just install? Right, let's get Yay in. So I've got Yay in. I've got other stuff on in as well. I've got Menu Libre in, so that when you go on in our system is at the top instead of being at the bottom, so you can alter it inside of here. But again, I had to get it from the AUR. It should be in the main bloody thingies. I don't understand. That's one thing I will never ever understand about Arch. Yeah, we've got everything. No, you haven't. You haven't got everything. You haven't got everything at all. You haven't even got some e-papyrus, elementary papyrus. You haven't even got that. I can see where I can see where Linux is going now, looking at this, because I can no longer get arrows up, proper arrows up here in Nemo. And of course I can't get rid of Thunar here in, like I can in a Debian-based system. You can't get rid of Thunar altogether here in Arch because there's too many dependencies for it. You probably could get yourself around that if you were to break the thing of it, but it just don't want to do it like it does normally in a Debian-based environment. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I've got me theme on in. I've updated this theme, actually, the border around the outside with Orcus's first one. If I can find the window manager. Yep. Graphite was his first. Vince, what's his name? Vince, whatever his name is, who made Orcus theme. Well, yeah, before that he made Graphite. So I thought, I'll take out the window manager and I'll just muck around with them, and that's what I've done basically. So I go to Graphite Red now. When I highlight this, it goes red. The normal Graphite is grey when you highlight your close button and so forth. Just mucking around basically, just making it my own. That's what Linux is all about, is making it your own, making it yourself. You're going to be the user of it, so make it comfortable for you, not how the developers want you to use it, which is why I didn't install their settings on the installation screen. I picked them off. I take all of that off, which is a great thing, and that's what the Cachy OS want you to do, is to, like, if there's things that you don't want, by all means don't have them on your final installation. I mean, I didn't get rid of everything, obviously, because there is some stuff on here that it does need, but you know, and once you got your gaming codecs on in, which you get out of their little app called Cachy Hello, and it download everything for you, including Steam and all the other stuff as well. Wow, so the Lutris, you get Heroic, Goverlay, whatever that is. What's that? Linux Gaming Tools Made Easy. There you go. DuckStation I put in myself. That's an app image. PCSX, that's my app image, and so is Proton Up. But Steam comes on down, so that those 4 things come on down, as well as all the blooming codecs and goodness knows what else that you need to have a bloody good time, basically. So there you are. Anyway, that is it from me. I'm gonna. Oh, did I get rid of the window manager? I must have done. Let's go back to me grey. There you go. Lovely. And there we are. These are my other wallpapers. I've got 5 workspaces altogether, because the only way that we can do it here in Xfce is to have different wallpapers for the different workspaces that you're working in. So, let me just go on over here. There's another grey one I made up ages ago. There's an orange one, there's a blue one, and there's a red one. And then we go back to the gaming one that I made up ages ago. If you want this wallpaper, I should probably leave a link. If you want it, let me know. If you're a gamer yourself and you're into with Cachy OS and you like the look of this, and if you want this as well, let me know and I'll put it somewhere for you to download if you want it, and you can use it if you really, really like it. I mean, it was just something I cooked up in about 5 minutes in GIMP 3. Anyway, that was ages ago. That was like 2, 3, 4 months ago, I guess, because I was using Cachy OS throughout the whole of this system originally. But then, of course, we had problems with NVIDIA drivers and everything going flicky wicky woo, disappearing and coming back again. Windows would do that after NVIDIA new driver had come on down. But now, of course, that's been fixed. I'm on, what am I on on this? I think I'm on the 95, am I on? Yeah, 595 by 71.05 driver. So yeah, that's all right. It works really well. Anyway, that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.